Alright, so today we're going to be doing a chicken in the Joetisserie. So right here, I got about a 4-pound whole chicken. And it's probably going to take about 1.5 to 2 hours, my guess, cooking it at 350 degrees. So what we really want, we want to have it nice and juicy, but we also would like to have a crispy crust or a crispy skin. So what I'm going to do to start off with, I'm going to go ahead and open up this chicken and get it ready. Right now, I'm probably about 6 to 8 hours away from cooking. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to get some paper towels. Let me see, let me just go ahead and get everything out. Get this out of the cavity, I'm not going to use that. And then I'm just going to kind of try to pat it as dry as I can. Now, again, this is 6 hours ahead of time, so 6 to 8 hours ahead of time. First thing I'm going to do, instead of seasoning the whole thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and throw some kosher salt on it. We're going to do a dry brine. So when we do that dry brine, we try to let that kosher salt penetrate, and it'll kind of draw the moisture out and make sure that skin is crispy. Go ahead and get another paper towel. While I'm at it, I got this wire chicken rack just so that this isn't sitting directly on the bottom of my pan. So when we put this in the refrigerator after salting it, we get that airflow. So let me go ahead and flip it. Here's my kosher salt. Don't know how much to put on it, but we'll just say we'll put a generous amount. Not too much, but just get it all around there, that skin. We'll go ahead and flip it. And try to get it on there as well, all the sides. And again, today we're going to be using the Joetisserie. So I'm using a Kamado Joe. So that's just their tool for a rotisserie. It's called Joetisserie. I want to try to get inside here too. Even if I try to get underneath the skin, try to get some in that breast meat. So yeah, so what I'm doing now, like I say, I'm going to just let it sit. Let me get some more spots on the skin. I'm gonna let it sit for like 3 hours. Let that salt penetrate. After that, I'm gonna come back and we'll put the rest of the seasoning on. So just to let you know ahead of time, what I'm using for seasoning today, after I do my dry brine, I'm going to have some coarse black pepper, some lemon pepper. I'm gonna put some rosemary and some thyme. And then, but that's really gonna get my poultry flavor the way I want it. But then of course, I like to have some barbecue flavor. I'll put a little sweet heat. So what I got here, I got Big Ron's Rub, hint of Houston. It's going to give it a little bit of color, give it some sweetness and some heat. And I just put some of that in this other container right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator, and I'll see y'all back in about 3 hours. All right, so I'm back. It's about 3 to 4 hours later. Then got this chicken salted. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna kind of pat what I got here. But basically the skin is kind of drying up so we can be crispy. So what we're gonna do here is go ahead and put the rest of our seasonings on. So I mentioned those to you before. We start off with some ground black pepper. And also, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that in order for it to get a little bit more juicy on the inside, and this is all optional, is that we're going to inject the meat. So we're going to inject it with a mixture of some herbs and butter, some salted butter. And once I get the rest of these dry seasonings on, I'll show you what we're going to be working with. This is my seasoned meat. I'm going to put that back in the refrigerator. But when we come back and light the fire, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have this pot right here. And I'm going to have some butter. Probably about 2 full sticks of butter. So what's that, about ½ pound. I'm going to put it in the pot, melt it. I got some garlic right here. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 or 5 cloves in that pot with the butter. And then I have this mix of herbal blend. And this is parsley, rosemary, and thyme. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in the pot with the butter and the garlic. I'm just going to put it on low to medium heat. Let it melt, and then I'll use my injector and I'll inject this with the stuff. All right, so this is the first video that I'm doing on my Kamado Joe. So I just went on ahead and started a little fire here, and I'm going to be targeting somewhere between 325 and 350 degrees, so I can do this Joetisserie. Now they got the fire starting up, I'm gonna go ahead and take the meat out, let it come up to room temperature a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that butter and herbs on the stove. All right, so this is a totally optional step, but what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be injecting the chicken with this little concoction I'm going to make. I said about 2 sticks of butter, so I got these half sticks right here. So I got a couple half sticks of butter that I'm going to start off with, and I'm going ahead and turn on the heat. Gonna put it to like maybe low to medium, and you see already that butter is starting to melt. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put my garlic cloves in here, and I'm gonna put all of these herbs that I talked about before. All right, so I finished cooking my injection liquid. So what I did, I transferred it from that pot to this small little container here. Reason being, I wanted to get that height so I can be able to stick my injector in there and grab the liquid that I need to grab out. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just go ahead and grab some of this butter. And then we're gonna inject it. One thing I forgot to mention is you're gonna want to put some twine on here so you can get it to cook evenly. I got this right here to wrap it, and I'll put a link in the video for some instructions on how to best do that. By the time I come back, I'll be ready to put it on my Joetisserie. Put everything in here. This is my Joetisserie ring or metal piece or whatever you want to call it. And right here I got a wireless thermometer in here, and from all the stuff putting it on and trussing and stuff, I need to put a little bit more seasoning on here. But basically I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it on here on my Joetisserie. It's gonna land on there, and I got a motor and it'll be turning. So the goal is get this between 325, 350 degrees to get started. As far as the temperature, inside temperature, I'm looking for about 150 to 155. And then I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna finish it off with the grill open, in front of open flames, until we finish everything. Try to crisp the skin at the end. By that time, we should be in our 165 range for our breast. So this is the very beginning of the cook, and it already done got started. So I'm guessing it's gonna be about an hour, or hour and a half, or something like that, and then we'll see where everything's at. Forgot to mention earlier, when I started my fire, I put all the coals on one side of the grill, so everything's just cooking over there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it before these flames flame up, and we'll see what happens when we get back. All right, so I'm at about 155 degrees. Internal temperature is still around 325. So now, I'm sorry, the grill temperature is around 325. So I'm going ahead and lift up my grill. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my vents and just let this start cooking over open flames. So for the rest of my temp, try to crisp the skin up some, but it's already looking pretty good even without it being crispy. See them seasonings on it and everything. So last 10 degrees internal, and then we'll go ahead and take it off. So I'm just a couple degrees away from pulling this off the Joetisserie. So skin is kind of crispy on the edges. Some of it's not as crispy as I like it to be, but I'm not gonna overcook this, so I'm gonna be taking it off in a little bit, and then we're gonna be eating. So here's the completed product. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this truss off that I used to wrap it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one of these wings. There we go, right here. And then let's see about some of this breast meat. Here we go. The skin just fell off, so I'm gonna have to eat that. Then we got the legs and the thighs, and then we just gonna eat this all up.